Seeing as we're all here, I would like to call the regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals for Monday, April 10th, 2016 to order.
17,
What?
2007.
17, what did I say, 16? Okay, sorry. With that, why don't we all stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Your roll call, please.
Gazund, Smith,
Here.
Evans,
Here.
McAlpine,
Here.
Kirby,
Here.
Evans, Butts,
Here.
Allen,
Here.
Euler,
Here.
We're good?
yes. Just making sure I called everybody's name.
So, okay. With that, let's go on and everyone should have a copy of the agenda in their packet. If I can get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Motion to approve. Support.
Ready? Allen,
Yes.
Butts,
Yes.
Kirby,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Euler,
Yes.
McAlpine.
Yes. Next up on our agenda is the review and the approval of the minutes from our last meeting on January 9th, 2017. I am sorry, I don't know what's, a little slip of the tongue here today. If anyone has any comments or questions, please bring them forward. If not, we'll take a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir?
move to approve the minutes for the meeting of January 9, 2017.
I'll second that.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yep.
Evans,
Yes.
Butts,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Kirby,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Euler,
Yes.
McAlpine.
Yes. So before we get started, just want to make everyone aware that we have one item on the docket today. If you would like to speak on this item, we just ask that you come forward, state your name and your address. And then also during public comments, we'll open it up for any items that are not on this agenda. With that, we'll go ahead and start with the first item on our agenda.
Application number BA03 2017, Don Wood, 3162 Bacon, east side of Bacon, between Beverly and Catawba. Parcel ID 2518130003 is seeking a variance of Berkeley City Code, Chapter 138 zoning, Article 5, District Regulations, Division 17, Schedule of Regulations, Section 138-526, Schedule of Regulations. In the R1D district, the smallest side yard shall not be less than 5 feet. Both side yards shall total at least 15 feet. And Article 3, General Provisions, Division 1, Accessory Buildings, Section 13852, where the accessory building is attached to the main building, it shall conform to all regulations applicable to main building. And Article 3, General Provisions, Division 1, Accessory Buildings, Section 13851, Definitions: carport, a roofed structure for the parking or storage of currently licensed and registered motor vehicles, completely open on one side and not more than 75% enclosed on the opposite side. The applicant is seeking this variance in order to convert a non-conforming attached carport into a garage with front and rear garage doors. The structure is 2.1 feet from the side lot line when at least 5 feet is required. The total side yard setback for the structure is 7.1 feet when 15 feet is required.
So with that, Mr. Wood, if you'd like to come forward and you want to go ahead and tell us about what you're looking for, please?
Sure. So I was here a few months ago requesting a variance for a garage with one door. A couple things came up from that meeting that I've done some homework on to try to be better prepared for you guys with this request. So I think some areas of concern were the inspections. So I did have Dwayne come out and look at the structure to confirm that I hadn't done anything to the structure. I did dig a test spot so he could review the footings to make sure the footings were sound into code. I actually brought a picture too that I found that I took. Can I bring a couple pictures up real quick?
Did Mr. Franks inspect the footings?
Yes.
So here's just a picture of the footings. And then I know that the survey shows 2.1 feet. I did take a picture. There's actually 3 feet on the narrow side. It's not a high quality picture, but you can see that there's plenty of room. Because that leads to my next thing was, I think there was some concern if there was some type of emergency, that the backyard wasn't as accessible as it should be. So that's one of the reasons why I took you guys' advice. I had Dwayne and Amy come out and try to collaborate to come up with a solution. So one of the things that we kind of talked about and what I came up with was to put the 2-car garage door on the back. So in the event that there's an emergency, and I also put in an option, I can add a man door or a Knox box. If there's any type of emergency, there's access through, and there's also enough room on both sides to easily get a stretcher or anything if need be. So I don't think that's a huge issue. As for the variance being needed, this doesn't in any way, shape, or form decrease property values for my home or my neighbors. I brought neighbors last time, to vouch that they were okay with the project, that it looked good aesthetically, and that they were advocates for it. It's only going to help property values. And then I guess in closing, I'm really stuck with, this house has a unique footprint to the lot, and it's not advantageous to the ordinance, this footprint. So, and there's not a whole lot I can do with it, not anything really. The existing truss package is built into the roof line of the house. So whoever did this carport did a really good job from the footings up. And, for me to change it would be extremely difficult. And to add a 2-car garage in the back, I actually scaled a 2-car garage on the survey, and it would put me over the 35% lot coverage. So I'd need a variance for that anyway. So if I need a variance for that, this is a much easier, aesthetically looking, I wouldn't have to drive through. It's just, this makes the most sense. It's logical. So that's why I'm here. I've taken the advice of you guys from the last time. Try to do all the due diligence to make sure that, you guys had a comfortable feeling with the scope of the work and the quality of the work that's been done. I'll reiterate that pulling permits isn't an issue. I did try to pull permits last time. I had water in the rat issue. I came in at a terrible time. It was a week after the deadline, so I had to wait till the next, or 2 months out for the zoning meeting. So that's why I went ahead and did the footing and the slab, because I had to stop the water from coming in. I couldn't wait to 7 weeks, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I did have Dwayne come out and look at it, and I just want to kind of put this behind me and move forward. It's the last project, so that's all that I have.
All right, with that, I will open it up to my fellow board members, and anyone have any questions for the petitioner?
Yes, I was curious. I was not seated at the first time you were here. I am familiar with the request that was made. What are the differences between your initial request and your new request?
To add a second door on call it the west side, the back of the garage, just to promote accessibility through the entire structure if need be.
Mr. Smith?
The dimensions of your carport,
Yes.
that's why what I've got in my brain is that you've got the existing, you haven't changed the exterior dimensions.
That's correct.
What you want to do is enclose the carport.
That's correct.
And this time around, you want to have a front and rear double wide door.
Yes.
I saw your comment about the gates to allow emergency access.
Right.
Fire department, they can get in no matter what you put up. So
Okay.
I wouldn't be too concerned about having a nice lock.
Okay,
If they need to get in,
gotcha,
they will.
okay.
Your neighbor to the south,
Yep.
how far away is his building for yours? And the reason I'm asking that is, does there need to be some kind of fireboard on the south wall of the proposed enclosure?
No, and I'm trying
Distance
to
is good
remember.
enough?
I've already done it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just proactively.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, I just
I'm trying to
installed.
remember where the house is.
I-
I mean, it
I
shows
just-
it's
I
29.
went by it again, and it seemed like more than 10 feet, but.
Yeah.
It is, it's 29 feet from the side of the first bump out of the house.
Mhm.
The carport's further back, but the house ends as well, my neighbor's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Kirby?
Yeah, I think last time, yeah, we determined that was far enough. In fact, I think the neighbor was in favor of this last time.
Yes, he was.
I
didn't
appreciate
get
you
my notes.
making the changes there, and especially with the back door.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I just
know,
wanna
I
work
think
with you
that
guys.
solves an important issue right there. And also, that picture of the side lot, there's a big difference between 2.1 and.
3 feet.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
3.1 that we actually see there. In fact, 3 foot's a good space to move through, so. I'm happy with the changes so far.
Personally, I like the way it looks, and if it's gonna be to code and conforming, other than the setbacks, I'm all for it.
Anyone else have any comments?
How have the rats been?
I've taken out about 150 of them with traps, so it's getting better.
In this last rain, were there?
No, I set actually 20 or so traps a night. I haven't done it in some time because the real bad infestation in that block is somewhat gone away, so,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah, I did take another look at this property. The roof line itself, and I believe the gentleman alluded to it, the trusses do tie in right into the existing roof. So I know earlier we had discussed perhaps putting the garage back further, but that would drastically change the house itself. And I think the roof structure coming off of the way the trusses are going, would change that up a little bit, I believe, and make that a lot less appealing to take down.
Are there any other comments or questions for the petitioner? Is there anyone from the audience who wishes to speak on this? Seeing none? What is the board's pleasure on this matter?
Come on, Mr. Eloquent.
Yeah, just because I was an English teacher in China. The applicant has shown that strict compliance with the ordinance would create an undue hardship. What he's put forward with us tonight is probably the best, least damaging alternate he's got. If the carport can't be enclosed, then his next option is to put up one or more sheds, which would also create their own problems. So what he's got here is, as far as I can tell, the best alternative available to he and the community. So I am proposing to grant the variance.
And I'll support that.
Yeah. We're good?
Need an actual motion?
Yeah, we need
Oh,
a
okay.
motion.
I thought it was
Madam
close.
Chair,
Sir,
I move to grant BA 03-17.
Did you want to
add
add
any clarifying points?
Again?
Rationale?
Yeah, well, the rationale is that he's got a unique situation, the way his building is situated on the lot, and the fact that the carport is part of the, if not the original structure, it's certainly part of the structure that he purchased. he's not changing the exterior dimensions, so the second category, it's not the result of anything he's done, other than try to button up an open space. Strict compliance with the ordinance will unreasonably prevent him from protecting his property, from doing the things that homeowners like to do with garages. And his proposed enclosure is the minimum variance necessary to do justice to his property and the neighborhood. Given that his neighbor was here with the original application, I can't see any harm to anybody anywhere in that neighborhood. So those are my 5 additional facets.
Should we include the condition of the second door, or is that
It's part of
pretty
his
much stated in
application.
here already?
Well, he also did offer the knockbox, but public safety advised not to have that because it's gonna be a $300 expense and no public safety personnel is gonna be looking for it when they have to,
Right.
so. So, thank you, but it
Okay.
would end up just, that was public safety's opinion, no.
So unless there's any other comments, we'll go ahead and take a roll call.
Okay. Emmons,
Yes.
Allen,
No.
Butts,
Yes.
Euler,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes,
Kirby,
Yes.
McAlpine.
Yes. Thank you for coming back.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify the reasons behind my no vote. I'm a little uncomfortable procedurally because I just don't think the addition of another door is substantially different than the initial request that was made that was denied. And when a request is made and denied by the ZBA, the next logical step is injunctive relief from the circuit court. And I just need to get more comfortable with that. And that's why I voted no.
All right, you are good to go. Thank you.
It's approved, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Next up on our agenda is other business.
I don't have any other business.
Any other board members have other business?
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to hear about the training that was done over the weekend.
The bagels were great.
The presenters really did a nice job putting that together. There was I forget the names right now, but there was a gal from LSL, and she did a fantastic job, and the guy that did the presentations did as well. And the nice thing was it was a small enough group that we could have discussions and ask questions. I was quite surprised to see only one person from Huntington Woods there. And it was very nice of them to have that, seeing as how they only had one
I
person.
think they were supposed to have 4.
Okay, well, I did notice there were some packets sitting out on the table as you came in that were untaken, so. But it was well worth the time, and I thank everyone involved for putting it together. Even though some of it was a review for me, it was a nice review, a refresh.
Agreed. Thank you.
And seeing that Mr. Cadelfo's not here, we will not have a report from the liaison unless you got one from him. We'll open it up now to public comments. If there's any, we welcome you to come forward. No? Okay. Then we will officially adjourn this meeting at 7:50 and 17 seconds.
Well, it's not a record, but it's close, right?